Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Critical Reactions with your host, Bryan. Today we're going to be starting a new theme, as we are wont to do on Mondays, and this week we'll be looking at unusual genre mashups. Any song that just smashes together two, three, four genres together and creates something interesting. Maybe the genres don't fit together, maybe they do, I don't know. We'll find out. That's what we do on the show. We find out about stuff. Today's comes at us from Brendan Hayes, who suggested that we look at Zeal and Ardor. Yeah, Ardor. He said Devil is Fine or Ship on Fire. Now, I know in the for the Patreons out there, I put Devil is Fine in the poll, but everybody told me there's not much genre mashing up going there. Ship on Fire is the better selection. So I've made a bit of an executive decision, and we are checking out Ship on Fire, even though that's not what was voted on. So let's get into this. Let's see what's going on with Zeal and Ardor. Ship on Fire.
I come in the breath of the dead, bathing in my papa blood, bare bone and covered in red, waiting on night even in the flood. And I came on a ship on fire, to the seas you call your home, climbed down from the highest spire, I disappear with the ocean foam. I collect all the things that I need, I collect all the things that I need, I collect all the things that I need. I came in the name of the dead, to bring my neck to the blade, come down with a tempest led. We got 7 different letters and 7 more, they go to wish inside. What a day I think about a woman down to the seaside, about a woman down to the grave. I come in the name of the dead, bathing in my papa blood, bare bone and covered in red, waiting on that evening flood. I came in the name of the dead, to bring my neck to the blade, come down with a tempest led. We got 7 different letters and 7 more, they go wish inside. Everybody come and think about a woman down to the seaside. Nobody waiting on you, you better run, son. Nobody waiting on you, you better run, son. Nobody waiting on you, you better run, son. Nobody waiting on you, you better run. We got 7 different letters and 7 more, they go wish inside. Everybody come and think about a woman down to the seaside. Nobody waiting on you, you better run, son. Nobody waiting on you, you better run, son. You better run. You better run.
Yeah. All right, that is. Whoa, man, that is a good way to start the week. All right, so I got sucked right into that one. Um, There's so many cool inspirations there. We got some like soul, little bit of blues in there. There's definitely some rock, maybe even some post metal. Uh, yeah, that's just like those things should not be combined together. They should not work that way, and they do very well. A lot of the rock and metal elements are utilized to, we've talked about this before, where distortion and compression can alter the width of a sound, make it very large, and that's where a lot of the drums and the heavy guitar work, and even when we add compression to the singer's voice, to give it that extra grit, we're getting some width out of that as well, and we're filling up a lot of space. And it's used to great lengths for a little bit of contrast between the more intimate, more narrow sections. And, like I said, it's done with just guitar and drums to really fill that up. It's a sparse instrument set that's digitally altered to. Is it digitally altered? Our amps are digital amplification, right? Huh. I guess not always. Anyways, though, getting way off track here. The sound is altered to create a wider sound rather than using multiple layers of instruments. So they're still doing a lot with a little. And I think that same thing can be said for the beginning of the track when we have the acoustic guitar and the vocalist singing. It is a lot with a little. There's a lot of emotion and passion being pulled out of such a sparse instrument set. And I think that's just kind of the core idea that I see in this song from Zeal and Ardor is doing a lot with a little, always being more than what you are separate. Coming together makes you larger than you are on your own. And it's just that idea, that concept shows through everywhere. Um, but I also, I talked about the dude's passion in his singing, and I gotta say, it is everywhere in this track. Whether we have a semi clean vocal like we do at the beginning, or heavily altered with the compression at the end, well, during the heavier parts, not necessarily the end, you can just hear so much passion coming through. This dude lives and breathes what he's singing about. Um, Unfortunately, I really didn't catch what he was singing about, but I caught that emotion. I think that's the important part. You can always go back and check out lyrics. Whether you have the album liner or you go on the internet to AZ Lyrics or Genius or whatever, you can catch the lyrics later. But if it doesn't pull in the listener on the first time, you've lost them. They're not going to come back for a second time to see if you were playing in a way that would grab them. So I think that's really important that that passion comes through. Even though I didn't pick up on the lyrics, I still picked up on his emotions and how he felt about the song during the song. So yeah, there really isn't much to talk about musically. A lot of it's pretty simple. We got big power chords. It sounds like we have some really fast tremolo picking. Not necessarily chords, but either single tones or dual tones, maybe. Um, I kind of I kind of remember hearing two notes with some of the guitars in those heavier parts, but yeah, there's just not a lot going on there. There was one section that really hit me hard, and it was a single note in the heavier section. We came in with the big note that I was kind of expecting. It's pretty much the home that the acoustic guitar section was sitting around. But that second note really came in with a lot of distortion and not distortion, dissonance, and a little bit of like dark edge to it, and I was not expecting that. That just blew me away. I really love the progression they went with there because it kind of undercut my expectations based on what the acoustic guitar was doing in the section before. Um, and then the group chanting in that other language. I'm not sure what language it was. I think that was a really good touch, and it worked very well as another way to juxtapose between some of the softer and some of the heavier sections. We also juxtaposed between the higher range of the lead singer and then the lower range that was done in those group vocals. Um, I don't know what they were saying. I would really like to, especially since this group decided to spotlight them near the end. They pretty much sung by themselves. I think there was actually a couple of parts where it was just them, but I think there was another instrument, maybe like a drum or a bass or something, playing sparsely to provide these pockets where you only hear the voices. Obviously, they were spotlighted. I believe they're important words. I just don't know what they were, unfortunately. But yeah, I will be checking these guys out because that was phenomenal. I don't know if this is what they always do. Like I said, the other song that I originally intended on doing, a few people have said, that's not a genre mashup song. So I'm like, oh man, maybe this is the only time that they really get like this crunchy post metal sound with those kind of soul bluesy kind of singing style, and I really want more of that. But I also really like the fact that they're varied. They have songs that do what the song needs to do rather than sticking to a core sound that they have. So I am very interested in checking out the rest of their stuff. Definitely. I gave you my opinion though. This is where you guys hit me up with your thoughts. Drop some comments down there. Let me know what your thoughts were regarding this group, regarding this song. If I should check out anything else by Zeal and Ardor, definitely let me know. Also, there's a description box above that. You can check out some of the videos that YouTube has blocked, as well as joining the Patreon, which is the way that you can get included into the Discord community, as well as vote on future songs and themes. I know how to do these sign offs, man. Yeah, so you can, if you join the Patreon community, some of the benefits you get for just $1 a month is voting on all future content. You get to vote on what themes we do and what bands we check out in those themes. You also get access to the Discord community, which is a phenomenal community. We have all sorts of awesome discussions going over there. Some of it music related, some of it not music related. We have a cool little channel where you can say, hey, I've been listening to this type of music. You got any recommendations? And the variety of tastes and musical enjoyment is so varied and eclectic in this group of people that if you said you were looking for a specific type of music, you'd probably find at least one recommendation from somebody in the community. It's just it's fantastic. Everybody in there is just amazing. So all that for just $1. Seriously, you ain't gonna get a deal like that anywhere else. Might as well jump on board and see what it's all about. All right, that one wraps up today. Tomorrow I'll be back at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10 p.m. UTC, as usual, with another episode of Unusual Genre Mashups. All right, if I don't see you tomorrow, that's fine. Enjoy the rest of your week or day or month or whenever you decide to check out another video over here on the channel. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow. You guys stay safe out there. Have a fantastic morning, afternoon, or evening, and keep on being awesome.